I come from a Christian family, and I come from a homeschool environment where God was definitely the center of education. But then you start looking at, education at an upper level, start looking at something about college and just different things about like that. And as far as my church goes and my family goes, we really didn't know of any Christian options, and really just felt like it was just embrace the secular aspect of it and sort through it, get what you could, and then just take and see how God would work in it, trying to keep Him as the focus, but yet being in that secular environment. And it was rough. I ended up being there for a short period of time, but looking back on it, it was one of those things where it was just God was really just putting the steps to really follow Him in a different area. Comparing secular and Christian environments, it's night and day difference. I remember being in the dorm at University of Chicago, and my roommate would come in, every other weekend drunk. And here, you would laugh at that idea, but living it, living around Christian people, living around Christian students in a Christian body, gives you so much encouragement, so much push to go further, to do greater things for God, to keep Him as your focus. Contrast that with being in that secular environment where God is not at all even entering into the equation, and it's night and day difference.
My dad sat me down and said, I really think you should pray and consider going to Fairhaven. There are other colleges, but I believe that would be the best place for you to go, that might be God's will. At first I was very against the idea of just going to college in general, and I was very scared because as a missionary's daughter, I grew up doing homeschool. I'd never been in a class setting of any kind. I'd always had a teacher be only in a video in the classroom, only in a video. So college life for me was going to be a very different thing without my family, who I'd always had for my whole life. When I'm sitting, just last week I was sitting in a service and I was thinking, my dad came here to school, and now it's my turn. Now the Lord has led me, the next generation, to come to Fairhaven. And I was here as a baby, now I'm here going through college, and only the Lord knows what's in the future.
It's been a very beneficial year to be here and see education from a biblical perspective, because this is really why I came here. I went through Teachers College in Switzerland and got my degree for elementary teaching, but it was a secular college, and I didn't get any good training as to how to tell kids about the Lord, and it's really impossible to even have a religious standpoint in our schools anymore. We can't talk about Christ at all. And so my biggest wish is that we could maybe eventually have our own private school where we could actually teach Christ and teach the children from the Bible, and not have to teach them the world's philosophy. So it's been very beneficial to see the academy here, to hear the teachers as professors teaching us in the college classes about how to teach children from the Bible. And my prayer is just to be able to go back, and even if I'm teaching in the public school for a while, I would just like to bring this philosophy of pointing everything back to the Bible and instructing the children about the Lord as far as I can. And I just pray that one day we could have our own Bible, Christian college, Christian school, having our own Christian school, so where we can bring up the children in the way of the Lord.
Something that meant a lot to me when I came to Fairhaven when I was looking for a college was having a college and a school that really was founded on strong biblical principles and focused that in their preaching as well, mainly through the King James Version of the Bible and Baptist principles that so many people nowadays are veering off of and changing from. I was really looking for a school that could help instill and ground more firmly those things that I had already gotten from my home church, and not to look for some place that might change those, because they were very important doctrines to me when I came to school and what I want to use in my future ministry.
It's exciting to know that what you learn in your class whether it be a ministries class, a history class, a science class, and how you can apply it to every area of your life. Not only do we get to learn about how to do it, but we get to put it into practice right away. And the best way to keep what we've learned is to put it into action, and we get to do that here, and that's probably the most special and best thing about this place.